Hey there, speculators. It's Rod, your Futures Fanatic. Welcome back to the Futures Fanatic channel here on YouTube. Futures Fanatic for active futures traders and self-directed investors, futures education. So tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about a flash crash in Bitcoin and all the cryptocurrencies, and we'll get into it right after this. Okay, so today for a couple 1 hour candles, there was a lot of activity going on in Bitcoin. And first of all, I don't know if I apologize, but yes, a little bit of clickbait with that 50K day. It was a 50K day in terms of my short position in the Bitcoin futures. We're looking at the March Bitcoin futures contract here. But I also have 7.77777 Bitcoin. I wish I could hold those in custody at Interactive Brokers, which is the only place I can actually trade Bitcoin futures, so it didn't eat up so much margin, but alas, we can't do that quite yet. So a little bit of clickbait, but let me explain. It was a 50K day, but again, when you're long 7 Bitcoin, I actually lost a little bit more than the benefit of the short, which I got in here short around 57,005, and we fell all the way down to here. But here's why I feel sort of comfortable with a little bit of clickbaity, or because like if I didn't get you this video, I couldn't tell you about something very constructive that you can do. I talk about this on the channel very often, so you can add this to your trading tomorrow, and that is, where did this price stop on this candle? I don't know if you can see this wick. I'm not going to thicken up this wick, but right here at this line, and it's a 233 EMA, not a 200 SMA, not a 155 SMA. It's a 233 exponential moving average. You could apply that to any chart, and it's freaking magical. Okay, it's freaking magical. So I wish I had bought a few more Bitcoin, but I don't really have enough money to buy any more Bitcoin. But right down here is where I kind of covered. And what I'm going to do now is actually rest an order here to get long my first, probably my first ever contract if we come back here to about 50,020, and I can just put this order in all the time and see if we come back here and test the T line yet again. So try that in your own trading. Throw a 233 on there. I like it on higher time frames, 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour. You could use daily. It's a fantastic way to know what the trend is. Of course, Bitcoin is in a nice bull run now. Everything is above the T line here, but look at that fall there. So essentially from a topping out of about 58,325. Again, this is on the March Bitcoin futures contract, so it's going to be a little different than the actual Bitcoin spot price, all the way down to 49,560 before bouncing all the way back up. So Bitcoin futures are 5 coins per contract with about a $200,000 required margin at Interactive Brokers right now. So it's a ridiculously large contract, but this would apply in any of your trading on any instrument on any time frame. We're just looking at Bitcoin here on a 1 hour, and I wish I could tell you that I cherry pick these things, but I don't. How often when we see these dramatic quick moves down, we had a lot of things fall today. Some of the darlings finally there was someone that decided they needed to liquidate across the board, and it also hit the Nasdaq at the same time. So anyway, 233 EMA, apply it to your chart, see what it does for you. I think you're going to like how it identifies trend and also picks some potential turning points in both directions. The other thing I wanted to mention tonight as well is wanted to take a quick look at something that bores the crap out of everybody, but I think there's a connection between gold, Bitcoin, and our bond markets right now. So I'm going to come over here to the 30-year rate, and you're going to see here on this 30-year rate, we don't have an extreme turn sell here on the 1 hour. I believe I saw one on the 2 hour. Yes, okay, so up here on the 2 hour, this is the actual rate of the long bond, the 30-year bond. It's up here at about 2.179, somewhere in there, and you can see it's banging up against this height here. Now we're going to roll to June on our bond contracts, but if you're up here and you're starting to see some extreme turn sells, for your mean reversion trader, rates down mean bonds up. So I wanted to alert everyone to a bit of a basing pattern that I see right here. My eye just sort of sees this. Now this is completely unconfirmed at this point, but we do have a huge amount of volume down here. This is again the June bond contract, the ZB. You can look for other videos on the channel about bonds. I think I have one that got like 8 views. I'll see if I can link that right here so that you can check that out as well. I think bond futures are, I know that bond futures are widely unappreciated by almost all retail traders who are mostly focused on things like crude, the stock indices, and a little bit of metals. Nothing wrong with that. I trade all those as well. But there is a buy here on these bonds, a bottom fishing buy for a little pop up to probably this area here, and then potentially move all the way back up to what? Our T line. This is our 233 EMA right here. I don't have enough data being pulled back, so that's why it's not printing properly. But it's right here. 165.06 is going to be the level for that. So looking to get long Bitcoin again at T line, looking to cover along on the bonds here at T line. And let's take a look finally at gold, because I wanted to. Here's gold. Nice move off of the bottoms here. A little bit of a reverse head and shoulders. Comes up, and what happens? Touches to the tick at 18.19. Also puts an extreme turn sell. You can find out more about the extreme turn. Look at the description below. It's a custom hybrid indicator that's only available for members of the TDG trading group, but we make it very easy to get access and check it out for 10 days for about $10 if you'd like to find out if this will work for you, or if you're interested in some of the things that we do in the futures markets. By the way, this indicator works really well on, again, multiple time frames, multiple instruments. I tend to like it more on higher time frames like 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours. But there's your T line right now. So this is a sell. So what we did today is, let me see if I can find it. We were on this right here. This was the March 5th. It's a weekly GLD gold contract. We owned it from Friday. I'm making this video on a Monday. And our average cost was right in here around $1.88, somewhere like that, and we took almost all of it off at 275 to 280 up here. So nice move from our GLDs. There's still plenty of time left in that. We could have spread it out, but we did not sell puts this time. It's the first time we've actually directionally just bought some calls in a little while, and it was mostly because we had nice signals down here. I think we had some signals on the 1 hour, so you can just sort of hunt for your extreme turn buys. No, not extreme turn buy there. Maybe it was on the 30-minute. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so look at this. We're extreme turn buy and sell hunting. Just if you don't find one and you're looking for a reason to buy or sell, just change your time frame. I'm only sort of kidding at that. If my partner heard me talk like that, he'd probably kill me, the guy that developed a lot of these things. But anyhow, look at that extreme turn buy right down there. Found the pretty much the ultimate bottom. By the way, many of you are probably aware this is sort of a combination of ADX, RSI, and a few other pieces of secret sauce. So while we'll tell you exactly what's involved in the T-line, this is a little bit of the secret sauce here. All right, so that is it tonight. Let's go right back one more time just to revisit the beautiful nature of this T-line. There is the T-line on a 30-minute. It got violated, okay? But here on this 1 hour is where it was perfect, okay, on the 1 hour. So on things like Bitcoin and the more expensive the instrument, we can talk more about that later. But there was your extreme turn buy there. I like the rates to come in a little bit here, so we're going to be long bonds, and we took a nice profit today in gold. But today's video was all about the 233 EMA. It's a Fibonacci number. We have backtested millions and millions and millions of settings across all 50 or 60 popular publicly available indicators, and we found some very, very sweet spots here. And I like to keep it extremely simple. I don't really use the MACD anymore. I don't use the ADX as much anymore. I just put some very simple moving averages on my chart, and they're not, by simple I mean they're exponential, but I just put 1 or 2 at the most, and I use that to identify trends so I know which side of the market I want to be on. And in this case, it was a perfectly timed $11,000 loss overall, but a $50,000 gain. That's why I said 50K day here. It was a 50K day on the short in the Bitcoin futures, although since the contract is 5 and I have 7.777, we actually lost a little money on those remaining 2. I took this off right in here. All right, thanks for watching. I got into ramble zone there near the end. My name is Rod with the Futures Fanatic, reminding you to stay green and trade like you mean it. Thanks.